Even though the Skyway is only 5 months old, it has captured the attention and imagination of the diecast racing community. With its minimalist flair, dramatic lighting, and commentary that's second to none, the Skyway has created races that are a must-watch for all diecast racing fans. The latest entertainment on the Skyway YouTube channel is the Skyway Select Tournament. This competition features 16 custom cars from many of the top names in the diecast racing community. In the first round, the action was incredible, and the second round starting soon, and I've enjoyed the racing so much that I couldn't resist the opportunity to dive in and give you a closer look at each of the remaining 8 drivers. Though I have gained permission from the Skyway to use this footage, all of the commentary and conclusions in this video are my own and don't reflect the opinions of the Skyway. With that said, buckle up and let's get started. Round 2 will consist of 2 groups. The winners of Group 1 and 2 from Round 1 will face off, and the winners of Groups 3 and 4 will face off. Here are the drivers of the first group of the second round. John Alexander, sponsored by me, Spool Racing. This is John Alexander's first tournament, and while he held on to advance to the second round, it is obvious that he is new to this level of racing. John Alexander does an excellent job of navigating the treacherous turns on the Skyway, but doing so carefully has a cost. It is clear that this rookie is afraid to really push his car to top speeds. In this race, he does just enough to stay out in front, but it is clear that he is not the fastest car on the track. To his credit, he keeps his eyes on the road ahead of him and really shows his focus on choosing the best lines. If John Alexander advances, it must be considered a huge upset. Here are John Alexander's scores. Top speed, 4. Acceleration, 4. Handling, 10. Driver skill, 5. A total of 23. John Alexander is a conservative rookie, and his main weakness is he's afraid to wreck his nice car. May, sponsored by Kentucky, was the first car in the Select Tournament to really take our breath away with incredible speed. Here he shows the rest of the group what racing at the Skyway is all about. May dominated Group 1 and really set him apart as a top driver in this competition. He's aggressive and not afraid to push through contact to take a lead. But being first to show us a dominating performance doesn't mean that he's the fastest. While unnatural at driving at the Skyway, May's top speed and acceleration are average among the cars advancing to the second round. May will really need to rely on smart driving and take every opportunity to pass to gain extra points if he's going to advance to the finals. Here are May's scores. Top speed, 6. Acceleration, 6. Handling, 8. Driver skill, 8. Total of 28. His style is that he was born to drive on the Skyway. His main weakness is the limitations of his car, which are holding him back. Lucas, sponsored by EP Videos, introduces all to full contact racing on the Skyway. Driving in a high horsepower Dodge Challenger drift car, Lucas has his eyes on winning this tournament regardless of what stands in his way. Here you can see Mr. Darq flipped over in the middle of the track with Lucas in pursuit. With no way around him, Lucas has no choice but to commit and plow right through him. To take that much contact and maintain speed and direction right into the turn is amazing. As if Lucas's powerful momentum wasn't enough, Lucas has the best acceleration of any car in the second round. If given the chance, he will blow by you, and you'll find yourself looking at his taillights starting the open track. But as great of a driver as he is, and as fast as his 0 to 60 is, Lucas has just above average top speed for the second round. This was never more apparent than when Lucas blew a huge lead in round 1 and was passed by Mr. Darq entering turn 4. In this race, Lucas had been near flawless, but his lack of high-end speed opened the door for a Skyway Hall of Fame worthy pass by Mr. Darq. If Lucas wants to win this tournament, which he definitely can, he needs to be much more aggressive about blocking when he is in the lead. Here are Lucas's scores. Top speed, 7. Acceleration, 10. Handling, 9. Driver skill, 8. Total of 34. His style is best described as bulletproof horsepower, and his main weakness is a disappointing top speed. Mr. Darq is sponsored by dubious diecast, Darq Arts. Mr. Darq is likely the smartest and most skilled driver to advance to the second round. It is clear that he's a quick study and has mastered the track as well as anyone. For example, in the first heat of Group 2, Mr. Darq starts out with blazing speed of control. But being new to the Skyway, he miscalculates his line through turn 3. This causes him to just barely clip the exit wall and roll his car. This is so unfortunate and likely would have put most drivers out of contention. Instead, Mr. Darq understands his mistake and learns from it. The next time he has a clean shot at the turn, he takes it high and has a perfect exit out of the turn and blows past Lucas going into turn 4. The control that he has to make a clean pass at that speed really shows how dangerous Mr. Darq can be. While Mr. Darq's top speed is one of the best of round 2, his acceleration speed is concerning. It is so much easier to win races when you start out ahead going into open track than having to rely on a chance to pass someone later on. If he doesn't figure out a way to get through the single track faster, this is going to be a very stressful tournament for him. Here are Mr. Darq's scores. Top speed, 9, acceleration, 6, handling, 9, driver skill, 10, total of 34. His style is likely the smartest driver in round 2. His main weakness is slow acceleration. As we review the drivers from Group 1, it is clear that Lucas and Mr. Darq are statistical favorites to advance out of this group. If they both advance, they will have faced each other in every round, forming an incredible rivalry. That said, it is too soon to count Mei Mei out. He's a strong driver and a solid car, and given the opportunity could easily capitalize on the mistake from one of the other drivers. Even with all the chaos that can happen during a race, I would be shocked to see John Alexander advance. Give it your best shot, John, and come back home, and we'll get those axles polished up for you. Now let's talk about the drivers for Group 2 of the second round. Numbskull, sponsored by Numbskull Racing, and Lone Star, sponsored by Live Young Diecast. Both cars are driven by solid drivers with great experience. Both have slightly below average scores when compared to the competition in this round. In round 1, both cars put on an excellent show, but it is clear that if they want to advance, they need to tighten up their driving, especially on the straightaways. Every turn of the wheel, if not perfectly timed, will send you into a wall or cause a slight drift that will decrease your speed. I would expect both drivers to have a cleaner race, having more experience on the Skyway now, but I think either would be a long shot to advance to the finals. Here are Numbskull scores. Top speed, 6, acceleration, 6, handling, 5, driver skill, 7, total, 24. Numbskull's style is aggressive driving, but not dirty. His main weakness is average top speed and handling. Here are Lone Star scores. Top speed, 5, acceleration, 4, handling, 5, driver skill, 6, total, 20. His style has been cautiously aggressive. His weakness, like Numbskull, is average top speed and handling. Chandler Gray is fascinating. Sponsored by @Diecast Showcase, Gray weighs in a little over 30% lighter than the other cars in round 2. Yet, he has the highest top speed score. He is the real speed demon of the select tournament. Gray's acceleration scores are also very high for the group. This makes him very dangerous as he can turn any gap into a lead. What is concerning is if someone catches up to him. For example, think of what Lucas would do if Gray stalled or flipped in the middle of the track. Gray's racing improved throughout round 1 and he certainly has a chance to win this tournament, but he is going to need very clean racing and do everything he can to avoid contact with the heavier cars. Here are Chandler Gray's scores. Top speed, 10, acceleration, 9, handling, 6, driver skill, 8, total of 33. Chandler Gray's style is a fearless speed demon. His main weaknesses are struggling to make it through contact. Finally, Arlo, sponsored by Arlo Racing. Arlo has incredible speed and posted an estimated second fastest track time at round 1, and it should be noted that he was in the outside lane when he did it. He is incredibly fast both off the start line and when hitting top speed. Arlo is lucky to have survived round 1. I mean, not just lucky to advance to the second round, but lucky not to be buried in his car in the depths of the Skyway. Going back to watch Group 4 of round 1 is definitely worth it. If you look close enough at Arlo's car in round 2, you might still see a Corvette emblem embedded in his driver's side door. As hard of a time as I gave Rusty Wheeler for playing dirty, this really comes down to Arlo's Achilles heel, the Spool Heads Racing modular turn. While there were quite a few drifts coming out of the modular turn in round 1, Arlo by far had the biggest issue with it. It looked like he was pulling the emergency brake and cranking the steering wheel. Maybe it was a bit of showmanship on Arlo's part to rub it in Rusty Wheeler's face that he was ahead, especially considering the earlier dirty move Rusty did to bounce Arlo off the track. Who's to say? But there's still good news for Arlo. I've modified the Spool Heads Racing modular turn ramps to help minimize drifting, and those changes have arrived and been installed at the Skyway just in time for round 2. These ramps have shown to greatly reduce the drift coming out of the turn, but just to be safe, I'd still recommend Arlo race with his seatbelt on. Here are Arlo's scores. Top speed, 9, acceleration, 9, handling, 7, driver skill, 8, total, 33. Arlo's style is crazy fast and well controlled. His weakness is fast and furious style drifting. Just like Group 1, there are two clear favorites in Group 2, Arlo and Chandler Gray. These two are speed demons, the two fastest cars in round 2. This round is a great chance for Arlo and Gray to really work to improve their handling and feel for the track. If they do, either one of these cars could end up being the favorite to walk away champion from the first Skyway Select tournament. This round is going to be intense and so much is on the line for each and every race. One mistake and the whole leaderboard could turn to chaos. Thank you all for watching, and be sure to leave who you think will win the tournament in the comments. Enjoy round 2 coming soon, and as always, race on, friends.